Good morning, children. Today, class for 8th class. Subject is biological science. Children, we are starting new chapter reproduction in animals. We discuss about the oviparous animals, means those animals laying eggs, and viviparous animals, those animals directly give birth to the young ones, and the basic differentiations between that oviparous animal and viviparous animals. So today we are discussing about children about the modes of reproduction. Okay, reproduction means nothing but the process of production of offsprings of the living organism is called as reproduction. Okay, the process of production of offspring. Offspring means nothing but pillalu from the living organism is called as reproduction. So today we are discussing about the modes of reproduction. Reproduction is classified into two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So first of all, we are discussing about that one asexual reproduction. Okay, the type of reproduction in which the fusion of gametes not takes place is called as asexual reproduction. The type of reproduction in which the fusion of gametes is not takes place is called as asexual reproduction. The type of reproduction in which the fusion of gametes is not takes place is called as asexual reproduction. Means samyoga బీజాల కలయిక లేని ప్రత్యుత్పత్తిని asexual reproduction అంటారు. So first of all, we are discussing about the asexual reproduction in Hydra. What? Hydra. Okay. So the asexual reproduction process of Hydra is called as budding. Okay. The asexual reproduction process in Hydra is called as what? Budding. Budding means nothing but mogga todagadam. So you know that one Hydra is a teeny multicellular organism. Okay, Hydra అనేది చాలా చిన్న జీవి. So it grows in a water. It grows in which one? Water. It grows in which one? Water. So normally during that one favorable conditions, the Hydra undergo budding process. During that one which conditions? Favorable conditions, the Hydra undergo budding process. During the favorable conditions, the Hydra undergo budding process. So when the parent Hydra is reaches to the maturity, a bulge is formed at the bottom side of Hydra. Okay, first of all, a bulge or a swelling, swelling, children, yes. So a swelling or a bulge is formed at the bottom of the Hydra. Slowly this bulge is increases in its size. Slowly this bulge or swelling is increases in its size, and after some period of time, this bulge or swelling will develop into the bud. Means ఒక మొగ్గలాగా తయారవుతుంది. Okay, so from this bud a baby Hydra is completely developed. From this bud a baby Hydra is completely developed within a short period of time. Within a short period of time, when the baby hydra is completely developed, when the baby hydra is completely developed, it is separated from the parent hydra. So it is separated from the parent hydra. So the baby means the process in which the baby hydra is developed from the bud. So that's why this type of reproduction is called as budding process. That's why this reproduction process is called as what? Budding process. Okay. So first a bulge, a swelling or bulge is formed at the bottom side of the hydra. Next, within a short period of time, this bulge or swelling is increases in size. Within a short period of time, a bud is developed from the bulge. Later, baby hydra is developed from the bud. When the baby hydra is completely grown its size, it is separated from the parent hydra. In this process, the offspring or baby is developed from the bud. So that's why this type of reproduction process is called as budding process. So not only in hydra we observe this budding process, we also observe this budding process in the yeast also. Okay, that is one type of fungi. Okay, not only we observe this budding process in hydra, but also we observe this budding process in the yeast. So at last or ending of the budding process, we observe that the parent hydra also exists and the baby hydra also exists. At last, we observe that what? The parent hydra also exists, the baby hydra also exists. Okay, so this is about the budding process in the hydra. Next, children, we are discussing about the binary fission process in the amoeba. Binary fission process in the amoeba. So, what is the meaning of binary fission? Okay, the splitting of living organism. The splitting అంటే breakdown కావడం means విడదీయబడడం. Okay, the splitting of one organism into two identical offsprings is called as binary fission. Is called as binary fission. Okay, the process in which the living organism is splits into two identical offsprings is called as binary fission. Is called as what? Binary fission or splitting of parent organisms into two identical offsprings is called as binary fission. Children, we observe this binary fission process in the amoeba. Children, we observe this binary fission process in amoeba. Amoeba is a freshwater unicellular organism. Unicellular organism means nothing but the amoeba is made up of with only single cell. Only single cell. When the suitable conditions are there, the amoeba undergo binary fission process. When the suitable conditions are there, the amoeba undergo binary fission process. First of all, the nucleus that is present in the center of the amoeba increases in its size. First, the nucleus that is present in the center of the amoeba increases in its size. Increases in its size. Then the nucleus of the amoeba slowly splits into two nuclei. Splits into two nucleus. Means nothing but when we carefully observe the diagram of amoeba, in the center of the amoeba we observe that one nucleus is there. So whenever the suitable conditions are there, the nucleus that is present in the center of the amoeba enlarges in size. Means nothing but increases in size. అంటే ఆ కేంద్రకం న్యూక్లియస్ ఉంటుంది కదా, అది పరిమాణంలో పెద్దగా అవుతుంది. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఏ షార్ట్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్ the nucleus splits into two nuclei. Two nuclei means రెండు కేంద్రకాలుగా విడదీయబడుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, one of the nucleus is moves to the one end of the amoeba. One of the nucleus is moves towards the one end of the amoeba, and another nucleus moves towards the another end of the amoeba. Another end of the amoeba. So the splitting of nucleus, the process of splitting of nucleus, the process of splitting of nucleus into two nuclei, the process of splitting of two nuclei is called as karyokinesis. Karyokinesis means nothing but the splitting of nucleus into two identical nuclei is called as karyokinesis. In Telugu we can say that one కేంద్రకం రెండుగా విభజించబడే ప్రక్రియ. Okay, so that is called as what? Karyokinesis process. Karyokinesis process. So after the completion of karyokinesis process, means nothing but one of the nucleus moves to the one end of the amoeba, another nucleus moves towards the another end of the amoeba. After this process, the division of cytoplasm takes place. Division of cytoplasm. So inside the amoeba we observe that one fluid material is there. Fluid material is there. So the fluid material that is present inside the amoeba is called as cytoplasm. So after the completion of karyokinesis, the division of cytoplasm is taking place. Means nothing but some amount of cytoplasm moves one end of the amoeba, and half amount of cytoplasm moves towards the another end of the amoeba. So the division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. What we call? The division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. What? The division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. So amoeba is a freshwater unicellular organism. When the suitable conditions are there, at the time the binary fission occurs in the amoeba. Binary fission means nothing but the process of splitting of parent organism into two identical offsprings is called as binary fission. During favorable conditions, the nucleus that is present in the center of the amoeba enlarges in size, and within a short period of time it splits into two nuclei. The division of one large nucleus into two small identical nucleus are called as karyokinesis. After the karyokinesis process, one of the nucleus is moves towards the one side of the amoeba, another nucleus is moves towards the another side of the amoeba. The division of nucleus is called as karyokinesis. After the completion of karyokinesis, the division of cytoplasm is starting, and half amount of cytoplasm moves one side and half amount of cytoplasm moves another side. The division of cytoplasm is called as cytokinesis. After the completion of cytokinesis, a pinch is formed in between the membrane of amoeba. ఒక నొక్కులాగా నిర్మాణం అనేది ఏర్పడుతుంది. Then a folding occurs in between the membrane of amoeba. Slowly, the two amoeba are formed from the parent amoeba. Finally, two daughter amoeba are formed from the one parent amoeba. Finally, two daughter amoeba are formed from the one parent amoeba. So, at last of the binary fission, we observed that one parent amoeba exists. అసలు పేరెంట్ అనేది ఉంటుందా? లేదు. The parent only divides into two identical daughter amoeba. So, this is about that one what? Binary fission process. Children, we not only observe this binary fission process in amoeba, but also we observe this binary fission process in the bacteria also. What? In bacteria. So, the bacteria also unicellular organisms. So, in bacteria also we observe this binary fission process. We observe which process? Binary fission process. Normally, the binary fission process occurs for every 18 minutes when the all conditions are favorable. Means nothing but if the food materials are sufficiently available to the living organism, this binary fission process occurs regularly for every 18 minutes. For every 18 minutes. This is about that one what? Binary fission in the amoeba. What? Binary fission in the amoeba. Next mode of reproduction is nothing but sexual reproduction. What? Sexual reproduction. Okay, the type of reproduction in which the fusion of gametes takes place. The type of reproduction in which the fusion of gametes takes place is called as sexual reproduction. Means nothing but సంయోజక బీజాల కలయిక జరిగే ప్రత్యుత్పత్తిని సెక్షువల్ రిప్రొడక్షన్ అంటారు. చిల్డ్రన్, వన్ టైమ్ రీకాల్ ద sexual reproduction in plants. So, in plants we observe that one androecium and gynoecium. So, in the androecium we observe that one means male part, stamen, anther, pollen grains like parts we observe, and in gynoecium we observe that one stigma, style, ovary, ovule lecture present. Normally in 7th class you know about that one bisexual flowers and unisexual flowers. Bisexual flower means nothing but both androecium and gynoecium are present in a single flower. That type of flowers are called as bisexual flowers. Okay, the flowers that consisting of both androecium and gynoecium are called as bisexual flowers. Example, hibiscus datura. What? Hibiscus datura. Unisexual flower means nothing but the flowers that either consisting of androecium or gynoecium are called as unisexual flowers. Means nothing but either they have androecium or gynoecium. Example, we observe that one bitter gourd. కాకర పూలలో ఆడపూలు మగపూలు అని సపరేట్గా ఉంటాయి. ఫీమేల్ ఫ్లవర్స్ అండ్ మేల్ ఫ్లవర్స్. అండ్ రిబ్బుడ్ గార్డ్, బీరకాయ, బాటిల్ గార్డ్. సో and you know that one when the pollen grains falls upon the stigma, it germinates and unites with the ovule and forms that one finally seeds. So this is know about that one reproduction process in plants. Later we discuss about that one the sexual reproduction process in the animal.